Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Okay, I am going to be finishing up my blade shirt here. I'm going to be adding KeyBlade going across here, and hopefully lettering that kind of looks like what would be in this movie. So this would probably be my center point. And let's see what my center letter is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the L is going to be the center letter. What I do is I count. I take my lettering and then I count from the edges. So like the last letter, K and E, and then go inwards until I find which one is the center. So go 1, 2, 3. So like the B and the L would be pretty much right here. So we'll go B, B, and then the L. Okay. Too lazy to print this out or draw it on another piece of paper. So I'm just going to pretty much hand guess it. And I'm trying to keep it somewhat in this little circle here. Let's see. This is the edge here. Hey Julie, good morning. I started my John Wick shirt last night. It's not looking too bad. I just did I was too tired to do a little bit more than his face. I just wanted to try to capture his likeness before I went to sleep. And what I'll do is fade the letters to or fade his body down to the letters here. B-L-A-D. I'm gonna have to shift. Okay, so let's do the Y. I couldn't find the letters K and Y in the blade. Well, yeah, in this blade format. It looks a little different. So I did a search and I found the equivalent. And then I'm going to try to give this like a metallic look. Okay, and then the E, they have more of a curved E. I'll go with that. As long as it's got like some sharp points to it. Hey Tatted Hearts, how you doing? Let's see if this is about the center here. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to shift it for the Y, and then I'm going to shift it for the last D. The last letters D and E. And almost there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of lettering. I admire those who can and love the art of lettering. I just like drawing faces and wine coolers. I like wine coolers. No, yeah, I just like drawing faces pretty much. But, you know, gotta be diverse if you're gonna do comics. Draw it all. It's funny, I think about drawing a comic, you know, and you put all this detail into it, and people are only looking at it for a few seconds. They're not looking at it for like as if this were going to a museum, unless it's like really super top notch to the point where it gives them pause, and you have letters all over the place. You know, because you always have to have like the first, you know, picture, or the first few pictures showing where you are, to give the readers some sort of context, you know. But wow. I so want to draw a comic. I keep watching videos on how to do it. It's a lot of work. And once I finally have my story completely written, I think I'll do the 100-word challenge again. Not 100-word challenge, I'm sorry. The 100 days to making a comic book or some crap like that. It's a really hard challenge, but it's worth it, I think. But life gets in the way, so maybe I might not just make it a challenge. Maybe I'll just make it an all the time thing, but still try to keep the 100 days in mind. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start inking these guys. Oh no, it's dried out. Oh, no wonder they stopped making these. Oh, bye-bye, precious. You were good. Let me see. One more try. Okay, there's a little life. Come on. Okay. I'll give you a last chance. You do that. And I'll use something else. Oh, too thin. Find one of my other markers. Someone that won't let me down. Alright. I mean, it's these fabric markers are really good. The Pentel gel rollers for fabric, but they're no longer making them. And I guess I see why. Let's see, I could probably use that in a bit. This might work. Oh, it's a chisel tip. Ugh. Okay. But my chisel tips shouldn't be dried out. Let's see. And it's funny, chisel tips are what they use for handwriting, and I turn my nose up at them. It's a fat tip, it's a thin tip. I just want a thin tip. Sometimes I like a fat tip too. Ha ha ha. Nah, but sometimes it's a little unpredictable depending on how you hold it. Okay. Control, control. So I'm going to outline it the first time here, and then I'm going to go over it one last time for any like blowouts or anything like that around the edges. I can't wait to wear this shirt. Oh, cool pocket. Another part of the shirt was underneath here. There we go. Come on, you chisel tip, you. Okay. Tighten it here. Oh! There we go. A. See in the K, it's about like right here. So I gotta make sure that E falls down that way. Let's see, there's D. All right. Almost there. That's what she said. Let's see. This should be angled down just a little bit. You give it a little bit of a lip there. Let's see. Almost there. Okay. These have, yeah, they have serifs. They have little feet on them. So just gotta keep that in mind. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have angled it down so much. Let's see. Bring that up a bit. Yeah, I guess it'll live. And it's funny, the same thing with the shirt. People only look at it, excuse me, for a heartbeat. I learned that the hard way many years ago when this one guy's like, you're drawing on shirts, right? It's funny what you learn from people on the street, especially because you can't really judge a book by its cover. And I was doodling on a shirt. I think it was my very first one, the January shirt. And he said, this guy came up next to me. He's like, "What's your focus? What am I supposed to be looking at?" I'm like, "I'm just doing a collection of pictures. I'm just doodling on the shirt." He's like, "Every item that I put on there could have been a focal point. So when it comes to doing shirts, unless it's like, you know, you really want to have a big collage on there, because people only look at it for a heartbeat. But if it's really interesting, people will look at you twice." Yeah, so I learned that if I put a lot of detail onto a shirt, not everything's going to be seen or noticed. Oh, and this thing, don't you dare be dry. I know you're old, but damn. I guess that's what happens to old things. They dry up. Now I'm wondering if I go to like a store, if there's like an expiration date or a manufacturing date on these markers. You know, instead of buying them online where it's hit or miss with the quality, because like I've bought markers from online and damn near dried out, or like when I got it, it was like all the stuff was loose. Oh, was I pissed. I'm like, if this was fragile, if any of these were fragile, I would have been so mad, because they come in a container that if it's secure, like it comes in a container like this, and if it was secure, these guys, you know, won't be flopping all over the place. When I got it, they were all my markers were like down here. It was insane. These I bought at a store. This is what I should have noticed. It has a chisel tip. Always look at the packaging, Kim. It's not just there for looks. Valuable information. Valuable. Yeah, if I couldn't tell the difference between one set of markers and the other. And the set that I usually get have this bullet tip instead of the chisel tip. Yeah, I'm a tippist. I discriminate against certain tips. Sad, sad, sad. Let's see, so whatever artwork that I come up with, I'm going to have to come up with a logo and whatnot. I'm thinking about doing the valedictorian one again, try my shot at that. I really like the story idea of the kids going to bad kids going to an academy to learn how to be better minions. And if I play it just right, it'll be like bad kids starting off in modern time and then ending up in medieval time and then into a futuristic age. It's just, you know, it's like three genres in one. I don't know. It's just funny. I just keep thinking about the story, so that just gives me an indication that this thing isn't going to die. I've been thinking about this story for years, and it's evolved a bit. And but it's funny. I want the main character to be as interesting as the side characters. I don't want to have another what is it called? Orange is the New Black, where all the other characters are more interesting than the main character. I could care less about the main character. But all the other convicts were hilarious in that show. You know, I was thinking that there would be all these hardened women, but they were so damn funny. Especially the black ladies. They were so hilarious. Yeah, the storyline for the main character was just bleh. I didn't like it. Take her or lose. I don't know. She just felt like an entitled loser. I don't know. I just didn't care. That's sad. It's not that I couldn't relate to her, which I can't. But it's like, I don't know. I was happy when bad things were happening to her, which is sad. You're supposed to like the characters. Bond. Okay, let's see. We'll throw a little bit of gray. Where are we going to put my gray? We'll see the edges here. Just slightly. Let's see. Throw a little bit of dark tone in there. It's supposed to be, I want it to look metallic, but I need some different degrees of, this is a little too dark. I could probably get away with it on the first letter, but not the ones in between. See if I can find the chisel tip equivalent of that bad boy. Let's see. Come on, yeah, these guys I bought in Texas, at a Michael's in Texas. And clearly they had been sitting on the shelf a while. Let's see, what other colors. It's pretty much blue and maybe a darker blue. So we'll try those two. Okay, so the darker blue would be about right here. Okay, this is nice and juicy. And I can put it on the E. I'm gonna have to switch I'm gonna have to switch hoops because this thing is, it won't get tight for me, and I don't have my clips nearby. Oh, there's one. Let's see if I could have one more clip. Just need to tighten this just a bit so it doesn't flop all over the place. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Actually, I'll probably use it on the bottom. Yeah, once you have your image down on the shirt, you can tighten it and color it, and it won't distort as badly as if you were drawing right directly onto it and then distorting it from there. There we go. Okay, it's only dark in that little area. Oh, it's a different color altogether. Well, if I do the one, I gotta do the others. Not exactly metallic looking. Oh, we'll keep it nearby. Okay. All right, you. This tone comes all the way down. It's supposed to leave a little bit of white. There'll be a little bit of white across the top. And it's like a cross between a blue and a gray. Let's see. I wonder if there's any... Oh, is this black? Yeah, it is. I thought this was white. Shoot. Let's see if we can find my white. Oh, here it is. What color is this one? Oh, it's red. Bah. Let's see. It should be in here. Ah, damn. I do not see my white. I wonder if it's not here. Well, hell. You try to prepare, and next thing you know, well, okay. Then I'm just gonna have to do it without it. I was hoping this was white. Shoot. Okay, so I've got my white here, and we grab a brush. That way I can kind of do a gradient on here. There we go, and this is stiff enough. All right. I'm going to see if I can get this to blend a bit to white. Let's see. Got to get it a little darker. All right. Yeah. Just like touching it just a little bit. I don't want too much white on here. And then up here, I should have some blue in there. There it goes. Just have it be a light gradient. Looks like across the top is white. And this is just fabric paint. If you put it on really super light, it won't feel like a raised surface. Let's see. Oh, cool. And for those of you who are looking for my face, hideous that it is. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, where is that blue? This is supposed to be a light blue down here. It gets slightly darker near the top. Right there. And we'll just tease that upwards. Let's see, it looks like it kind of goes to black around some of the edges and then white in other edges. Let's see, this should be white. Just throw a hint on there. Try to make it kind of look blade-ish. Give it like a little edge here. I don't have a super thin brush. Yeah, so note to self, only draw as big as my brush can handle, my markers can handle. Let's see, and I'll put that dried up blue to good use to just kind of blend some of these colors in. Because with this gradient, I don't want it to show where the one color begins and the other color ends. I just kind of want it to be seamless, moderately seamless. There we go, and just kind of stay away from the edge. Blend towards the light. All right, looking pretty. Let's see, just a hint. Let's see, there's definitely white around that edge there. So it looks like everything on, well, not everything. It looks like the bare edges will have a little bit of white and then edges over here. So it's like the lighting that's coming from this two directions right here. So throw a little bit more white on here. But where? Let's see. More paint on here. Don't need too much. Yeah, once I hit 1,000, if you guys are with me, I'll show my face to say thank you for hanging with me and subscribing to my channel and getting maybe a little bit of something out of it. And it looks kind of nice on the sides there. We'll throw some white on the edges here. And then the inner letters will be a little bit darker, and then the outer letters will have the white edging. Okay. The top definitely has white on it. Okay, I'm going to be switching over to just music so I can shift this over and put some. Well, I have to blow dry it so it doesn't get all over the table and myself. Oh, good, I got good time. Okay, so it's like 5:42 right now. Making good time. I need that darker blue. Let's see. And we'll just leave that upwards. Is this the dried up blue? Yeah. No, this is the chisel tip. Yeah. And just kind of work that in. It's stiff enough so that it'll smear the wet stuff. Blend towards that white. I want to do something with glitter on it. All right. Alright, I'm going to switch this over. I won't hear my voice for a sec. Alrighty, the Catboy picture, I did a little bit more work on him. I'll pop him in a second. If I can, oops. Let me put this back up there. Let's see. For some reason my bag is like crazy heavy. Turn him on. Let's see. Come on, you. There we go. Here's what he looks like so far, and this was the source image. I don't know if I captured him or not, but what I'll probably do is just add like a little cat something or other right here, maybe a little bit more in his hair to make him look like a little white kitty cat. Maybe I'll put like him doing like this little, you know, like to do with the little hand to make him look cute. I'll probably put that like right here. Maybe some cat thingies around him. Maybe some of the lights, like behind him. He's got some lights, so maybe I might add a little bit of that. But yeah, that's how he is so far. And I think what I'll do is I'll make a collection of these and then turn them into like stickers, little K-pop kitty cat stickers, or whatever. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But that's where we are so far for ye old K-poppy fans. Okay, so these guys are dry. I think I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and then use a little bit of white to kind of fade it. This is pretty much his jacket. Let me see if I can find a darker gray. Oh, duh, right here. Use this. And just kind of diffuse it to the bottom here. Leave a little bit of an edge. And I will use a different brush. Hopefully it doesn't suck too bad. Use a little bit of white. Just kind of ease it on down. It's not wet enough. Let's see. Get it down to the letters. My idea on this was to make it kind of like a gradient coming down, but it doesn't work if the colors aren't wet enough to blend into each other. Let's see. There we go. And it can't hurt to have black. Let's see. Black. This will work. This is part of his jacket still. His arm is kind of behind him. I'm trying to keep from using water because water will, you know, it's not so bad on the the tulip fabric markers. But when it comes to the other fabric markers, it might not last that well over time. And this brush sucks because it's kind of flaky. I'm not using it for its proper use either. This is one of those brushes where you use it on a stencil. But it was the first brush that was in reach, so there you go. I'm going to throw a little bit of that white in there, just a smidge, just to get that gray tone going. Yeah, the paints are a little heavier than the markers. And the shirt is really thin, so I don't want to do too much paint on here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the other gray is a little too dark for this neck of the woods. If I find a really good pose, I'll see if I can, or some really good cat poses, cute cat picture poses. I'm going to go ahead and put those like as a collection on a shirt. Or make them so that I can print it out on transfer paper. But the point of this month is to do shirts. I haven't done shirts in forever. Alright. I'm going to heat it up a little bit, so bear with me. Oh, that warm air felt good. Yeah, the difference between that and my hot air gun is the hot air gun is more focused on, you know, it's more centralized in one little area, so you don't feel the heat coming back at you as much as you would with the hair dryer, which is meant to spread out and dry your hair. But anyway, let's toss that back on. And I got a good grip on the back, so like if you guys ever want to do this, put the inner part in first, put the board in, and then kind of squeeze and gather from the bottom of, it's kind of hard to see, gather from the bottom and then tighten it down if you can. This one is, I think, is as far as it can go. And then I'm just going to clip it at the bottom. Turn it. I don't think this is going to stay, but it's a little too much. We'll just do it a little bit. Okay, just enough to be dangerous. Okay, let's throw some of that white on there so it'll do its thing. Okay. Throw white around this edge, this edge. There's a lot of white around here. white is only on the top there, and then around the edges here. Don't want it too heavy. Yeah, if the shirt was a little thicker, I wouldn't mind using the paint on it. It's not as uncomfortable as Mod Podge, because that stiffens. But over time, it should loosen up a bit. But it also crumples up on itself if it's under too much heat. So no Mod Podge on that. But I want to try to make the other shirts last longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably invest in one of those Cricut presses. It's like a little hand press, and I'm thinking that might get a little hotter than a regular iron. So I'm going to experiment with that. I'm going to pick one of those up. Since I've been dragging my feet on possibly getting a Cricut machine, but I heard that there's some downsides to it. Like, I wouldn't be able to put custom artwork into it to cut out. You'd have to like pay for it or something crap like that. And Kim is cheap. Well, frugal rather. I are frugal. Okay. So this darker blue should be in here, about right underneath this, and right here in the D should be a little bit here, and we'll throw a little bit in the A just for giggles. I don't know, I'm giggling. Kiki. Let's see. Yeah, in the blade symbol, A is the center. So like, and to find my center of the letters, I would just like come like this, and this A would be the center. And in their picture, A has, they kind of make it look like teeth, where the A kind of angles down and it's white. And it throws off what I'm trying to do, which is it's not a bad idea. I like how it's teeth, but for the KeyBlade, the KEY throws off the center, so no teeth are here. Could try to do some teeth right here. I don't need no vampires today. Which would be fun though. Let's see, so it's white down here. I think my white, or this particular brush, has some glitter still in it, because some of these letters are sparkling. I don't think you can see it on the screen, but there's a little sparkle going on here. At first I thought it was in the paint itself, but no, it's in the brush. It's kind of subtle. Let's see. It's not a bad effect. Now I'm wondering if I could put like Sora, since he's such a kid of light, he's such a light kid, good, if I could put him somewhere where he doesn't belong. You know, like how heroes are, they go where they don't belong. Damn their hides. And make it kind of funny. I'm trying to think, where would be a good place for Sora? Or just like any character that you know, it's like outside their realm. Like, you wouldn't imagine seeing Blade with a KeyBlade. I don't think I've ever seen it. Let's see. what's one of the things? Oh, I like Berserk. I like Berserk, and I like Gantz for anime. So I'm wondering, so like if I took somebody from an anime, I'm always using Sailor Moon because why not? I was thinking about like giving one of these tough guys in these animes like a girly weapon, and having a girl like Sailor Moon have like a manly weapon. These crazy manly weapons. That would be cool. They have to be something like mainstream. Like I merged the Little Mermaid with Naruto. And made her into like a ninja. I like doing that. I like merging different things into things. Let's see. So if I was doing Sora, he's already in all over Kingdom Hearts. I'd have to take him out of the anime world and put him into like a different, different world, completely separate from anime. So like superheroes or something like that. So like maybe he's fighting Superman or something like that. Something crazy. Oh, Sora and what is his name? Deadpool. Somebody had taken that John Wick poster that has all the guns aiming at him and substituted Keanu's head with Deadpool. I thought that was tight. Like, yep, that's about accurate. Oh, that's about accurate. Let's see, we'll bring this in a little bit more. Let's see, this is not too dark, but we'll still do this. We'll keep the dark thing going. And then just have it fade to light. And then around the edges of this D, so let's see, or even another character. I just want to see if I can insert well-known characters into different spaces. And it'd be funny, and have it be funny. It'd be like having Archie Bunker on RuPaul's Drag Race. Things that are like totally dissimilar. Let's see, where can I put the Little Rascals? Something that, oh, in Scooby-Doo? We can put the Little Rascals in a Scooby-Doo cartoon. I've been wanting to play with Penelope Pitstop. That was one of the other ones that I like. I was I was looking at this one artist, Sakimi-chan. Love Sakimi-chan. And she was doing Disney characters as live action people. And I'm like, I wonder what Yogi Bear would look like as a human. You still keep the same aspects. And then, like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, that would be kind of cool. Huckleberry Hound, I'd like to see his human equivalent. And I'd pick out a an act. What is it? I pick out an actor or a model or something like that that's like famous, like Matthew McConaughey or something like that as Huckleberry Hound or something like that. Or Speed Racer. I put him into whatever racing thing is going on. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna bring this down a little bit. Oh, first let me heat it up, dry it. I don't think anybody's being able to see it. Let's see. There we go. KeyBlade. All right, I'm going to dry this. All right. Okay, so we'll bring this down. And I wanted to darken up Wesley a little bit. The picture that I had was this light, but he's really not this light in real life. But then again, this is the character Blade. But I don't know. Wesley's darker than this. Deserves better. Better. Okay, tighten that up a bit. Alright, so I got about 10 more minutes. Bah, I was hoping to finish this today. So, let's see. Get his shoulder in there. Okay, we'll finish up this jacket here. Let's see. Oops. So it's already popping up. Alright, you. Okay, so his lapel is down here. Yeah, we'll do this. This is all dark. This is all black. There's a hint of white right here. And then this is all black. Let me get one of my juicy little Arteza markers. Gray, where art thou? When I want you, where are you? See, not those. Huh. I do not see it. Well, shucky ducky. When I need them, where are they? Well, I gotta give it to Arteza. When they're flat, and they're laying flat, they don't roll. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. guys. Oh yeah, that's right. I stuck everybody in this thing. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay, there we are. I doubt if I need 2 of those, but you know. Let's see. Ooh, I know what I think I want to do. I think I want to draw on my, after John Wick, I think I want to draw some D&D stuff. Like, I want to take the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon kids and give them, what do you call it, dice. And have them holding like giant dice. Maybe shooting dice, you know, like with the arrow, bow and arrow. Fear not, Ranger. God, I miss that cartoon. I watch it every now and then on YouTube. It sucks that they never really put it to bed before it went off the air. The old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. I loved my Saturday morning cartoons. I got up every Saturday morning bright and early to catch those bad boys. Oh my gosh, that was the life. It was a simpler time when a kid could wake up on a Saturday morning after the rat race of school all week long and just tune into cartoon glory. Who cares if it was playing over and over again the same stuff from back in the 50s and 60s. Who cares? It was a cartoon. You didn't have any place to be, didn't have anything to do, and then noon came around and all of them went off. All of them. No cartoons until Monday or Sunday, but the Sunday cartoons weren't as good as the Saturday morning cartoons. Yes, I put myself on a schedule. I had a schedule. Don't bother me, I'm watching my cartoons. Let's see. We'll throw a little bit of white in here to give it like a little gray tone. I'm starting to see more glitter. Maybe I'm subconsciously throwing glitter on here. Gotta remember to wash these brushes too. Okay. Yep, so I think I'll relive my childhood in more drawings. More drawings! Okay, so to keep this from looking like doo-doo, I try to fill in as much of these black gaps here as possible. If I have to, I can pull out another color. Something being used or not being used in too many places. We can use this blue here. It's pretty dark. And it'll also give it a little something. I don't know. Just try to keep it subtle. Just a little. A little more interesting than just it being black. Plain black. We need more Wesley Snipes movies. If we can have Keanu Reeves movies, we need more Wesley Snipes movies. He was badass back in the day. You know, I found this one picture of Bobby Brown when he was in his heyday. I think I want to take that same pose and put like put Deadpool in there instead. There was this hat that said Bobby on the back. It's like let me see, maybe I can find the picture. Nah, I won't. I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's talk more work. But yeah, I could probably recreate that. I just want to do something cute, interesting shirts. Let's see. It was such a cool pose too, very iconic, and kind of sexy too. And I never really put sexy and Bobby Brown together in the same sentence. He wasn't my type, but I did like his music back in the day before drugs and he and Whitney just went off the deep end, which is really tragic. Both of them very, very talented singers. Bobby Brown and his 9 kids. Never hear about them. Just living their life. No, I don't think it was 9. I don't think he had 9 kids. No, he had. I know Whitney was paying some of his bills when he was not doing so hot. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Where'd that brush go? I want to kind of soften some of the bottom into this blade area. Time to go!
And Naomi Osaka is out following day 1 at Wimbledon. 15-year-old golf beat Venus Williams. The men's bracket.
Okay. Woof. Maybe I have to move that clock closer to me. All right, so let's see where we are. But first, let me. Sorry about that. Let me turn this off for a second. I don't want to blow out your guys' eardrums.
Look into your eyes. I look into your eyes. No longer mine. No, you're no longer mine. The silence will come. In silence will come. This is the night. Now you and I.